Welcome back. Finals.
Yes.
MSS. This is our last one at Psycho Turtle for a good while.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll be at Griffith Park, and then we'll be at LA Regionals, and then no more for a while.
Yeah, until Worlds.
I'm Dennis Geisler. That's Arnie Wolf,
Hi.
and we are about to get things going.
Yes, we have Joshua Denk and Alberto Lara. Big names in the community running a couple big restricteds here. We have Zamazenta versus Miraidon, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Alberto, I believe, still pushing for Tier 1 Worlds invite, still in that Tier 1, Tier 2 range.
Yeah, and this will definitely boost with a win here.
Always does.
And it's also just good practice for LA Regionals.
It's also good practice. A lot of people working for LA Regionals, a lot of people working for Worlds. Like, this is the Worlds format. If you're trying to get practice for Worlds, this is this is top level competition, and it's
good to like practice and commit to a team here. But you're gonna see Joshua on the left with Zamazenta. It's hero of many battles. We already went through this.
Yeah.
Rillaboom, Chiyu, Whimsicott, Ogerpon, Wellspring, and Landorus Incarnate, while Alberto's on the right with Whimsicott, Urshifu, this one's Rapid Strike, Chiyu, Golden Go, Fluttermane, and Miraidon.
So this Miraidon earlier on stream. It's the Covert Cloak. Well, I actually saw it twice earlier on stream because both Alberto and Ellie were using it. It's Covert Cloak, so it has the Protect, no Discharge or anything.
Which it's pretty nice to be able to just, you know, position yourself, not have to lock on to a move. It's a nice.
Yeah, and you're able to build up that damage because Chiyu is also there, and you can get that Beads of Ruin.
Yeah, that's a scary combo.
It is indeed a scary combo.
And we saw the Chiyu from Joshua's side live a Choice Specs Terra Starstorm. With 9 HP, and that's why Josh is in the final right now. So
it took it after already taking some damage. Like, it was already at not full HP.
It was a very exciting match, and I think we're going to see some also relatively exciting matches here in this final because we have a few things. So first off, there is Tailwind on both sides with Whimsicott. You both have Chiyu. You both have a very offensive restricted. Zamazenta is offensive with the body presses. However, you have to set that one up. Miraidon gets practically an instant setup and cannot get faked out. So Miraidon has a nice advantage there. And I think that just two hyper offense teams is going to be useful. We also have Rillaboom on Joshua's side, which can help against that Miraidon.
Indeed, it can. We'll see the Urshifu Whimsicott lead on Alberto's side and the Rillaboom Ogerpon for Josh.
It's actually pretty good for Josh here. I think the only downside is there's a good chance that Tailwind is going to be able to come on out. I wouldn't be surprised to see a U-turn from this Rillaboom out.
Yeah, well, I think the Urshifu also has to U-turn out here. I feel like
Urshifu is Mystic Water, so
it is Mystic Water. It don't got no U-turn.
That's not good for it.
Yeah, indeed it is not.
That is really not great for it because best you're gonna get close combat, and at that point you can just get bonked with either one of the two wood hammers on the field. But Whimsicott setting up Tailwind I think is just gonna be useful, especially that way, you know, your Miraidon's gonna be able to do a nice amount of damage. But I think Rillaboom has to U-turn out here because otherwise this electric terrain is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, and speaking of Miraidon here. And that is the big thing. Oh, we're gonna see the Protect. I guess it's not too crucial to get the Tailwind up turn 1.
No. IV Cudgel gonna connect with Miraidon. It's not gonna do a ton of damage. Still a solid chunk. And U-turn.
Ooh, and that's why the Protect is nice, is because you do block that U-turn out. That's a big thing. I think Rillaboom is a nice option in a lot of situations. It's good, and against Miraidon, it's a really, really nice option because it's able to block that electric terrain. But now, Miraidon gets at least one clean hit out with the electric terrain up.
I think it's still relatively smart to just go for a follow me U-turn out. Should get rid of terrain, and at that point you can go into Chiyu and just start dark pulsing stuff.
That's certainly true. At the same time, it still means like your Ogerpon's about to get hit like crazy hard.
I think this is a one hit.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's a one hit.
I think the Ogerpon might be done so.
Which is crazy to think that something can knock that out.
It could, like, I'd wonder what like a Terra Electric Volt Switch would do to it.
I don't think that would KO.
No Terra.
It's just Electric Drift here.
Yeah, I think Electric Drift is probably the right answer.
Oh, it's good. We'll switch out.
Because I was gonna say you do get the if you want to flip the terrain back and forth a lot, that is certainly one option.
I think it's still solid. Yeah.
And I wonder. I doubt a Moonblast finishes this off.
right now, there's nothing good though.
That has to be what the Whimsicott is doing. Like, the Whimsicott is going to Moonblast this,
Ooh.
this Ogre Pawn. And it does pick up the knockout.
Oh, this is a good position for Joshua. I know it sounds weird saying, oh, your Pokemon just got knocked out. Here's why. You can go into Whimsicott, great. You can get your Tailwind, great. Chi-Yu can go for Heat Wave. That's going to hit both of these super effective, and even if it doesn't, you're going to be in a good spot for Miraidon still. So, because you have the ability to just swap in Rillaboom and neutralize its damage. So this is a very good position for Joshua right now.
I think that's true. At the same time, you do have to be concerned if, like, if your Pokemon drop, then, like, it comes down to who can you knock out in order to force Miraidon out onto the field, and I think Josh is in a much worse spot on that because Alberto has the bear in the back.
That is the one thing, is that
if you get Tailwind up, like, if you get Tailwind up, it's like, okay, fine, I don't care if Whimsicott gets Tailwind up, I'm cool with Whimsicott dropping. Whimsicott gets Tailwind up, so Golden Go gets to do like a big Make It Rain. Cool, I'm fine with Golden Go going, not fine with Golden Go going down. Maybe you protect it, yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because if you lose Whimsicott here after getting the Tailwind up, you get to bring in Urshifu, and then, Chi-Yu's done. Chi-Yu's cooked.
Nice thing though, Encore exists. So
yeah.
This was the right play. The hard part is,
well, I guess the thing is, it's like, okay, who cares about the Encore? You want the Whimsicott to drop right now.
Yeah, exactly. Because
so it doesn't really matter about the Encore. A Tailwind might have actually been better in that case.
I would have preferred
just to even
Tailwind
things out,
but I think it's fine. You can Tailwind this turn.
Yeah, you can Tailwind this turn, but now it means that, like, you can't Moonblast this turn.
Yeah, which I think would have been much more crucial here.
Yeah.
Although I would not be surprised if we just see this Urshifu Terra to water right away.
It's certainly an option.
I think
I could kind of go either way on, like, the Terra here or Terra when you get Miraidon back in.
I was like, too. I think Miraidon's okay. It doesn't really need to do electric damage, and it's not gonna. Yeah, it still should do enough damage onto the Chi-Yu regardless. So, but my question here is, could we see Joshua go for a Terra on the Chi-Yu? I think that's relatively smart as well.
It still
don't really need to.
It still gets dropped by Surging Strike.
It's gonna be close.
We're not. We haven't seen a lot of Mystic Water Surging Strikes in a while.
Golden Go swapping out. That's interesting.
Okay.
So terrain resetting is going to be a bit difficult here.
It could just be another Volt Switch. Certainly have the option to do that. Especially assuming the Urshifu doesn't drop here.
Grassy terrain, gonna come back
now
on
it
out.
means that both these Pokemon are grass type. Both of them are resistant to Surging Strikes. Rillaboom will take these hits very slowly. It will take these hits. That was a nice move around for Josh. I think the problem here is that now you're put in a situation where genuinely Rillaboom might get dropped pretty soon. See the Moonblast? This will be important. And it does take it, yeah.
Really nice. Because you're free to Tailwind now. Or Moonblast me right on, to be honest.
Well, and I guess the big problem is that, like, I think you Volt Switch out with Miraidon right now.
Yeah.
I think you do something like a Volt Switch and a Surging Strikes into the Rillaboom.
But it doesn't matter because you can just get Grassy Glided and then at that point, you're free to just U-turn out, protect your Whimsicott, U-turn out. If your Rillaboom goes down, it's okay. Chi-Yu's in a really good spot to just Dark Pulse then. And then Dark Pulse plus Moonblast should pick up the KO on Miraidon. And I don't think that Golden Go can really do anything to Chi-Yu. So if you do get rid of, that's to be expected, but it's okay. Even if the Volt Switch comes out, that's actually really good because while Golden Go's in play, you can basically get a free switch into Chi-Yu. And at that point, like, you can just let Rillaboom, like, stay in and get rid of whatever. Yeah.
Dylan gets up and nothing else. The Volt Switch comes out onto the Whimsicott. It'll break the Sash.
Oh, I just realized something interesting. This Rillaboom switching out. This Rillaboom is so switching out. This Whimsicott can Encore the Urshifu. Golden Go cannot touch Chi-Yu, and at that point, you get a free switch into Chi-Yu and can reset the terrain in a minute. So, like, just a really good... I could also see
the problem is that nothing hits Golden Go right now, and if you go for a Make It Rain, Whimsicott's, like, super done.
I think actually the play would be probably protect Whimsicott and you turn out.
Like the winner of this interaction, not necessarily the winner of the battle, but the winner of the interaction is whoever has 3 Pokemon versus the other person's 2 Pokemon, because then you get to switch in your terrain setter last. And I think if Rillaboom switches out, then
I don't know.
You lose Whimsicott. I think you lose that interaction.
I think, honestly, though, if you have Chi-Yu...
Oh, the Whimsicott's faster than Golden Go. It'll be able to... Ooh, okay.
I think if you have Chi-Yu, you're okay. You could just click Dark Pulse until you win. I don't see any... The only thing is you have to go for Terra Ghost at one point. After, preferably, you get rid of the Golden Go. But then you're able... I think...
There's the Whimsicott Encore.
Not going to do a ton. But I think Dark
This isn't U-turn. Ooh, nasty plot. That's interesting. Rillaboom does U-turn out, yeah.
Great position for Josh right now, I think.
I think it's very good. I think that there are a lot of outs for Alberto.
Yeah, there's definitely still are. But if I'm not mistaken, Alberto's Tailwind expires on this turn. If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, so Moonblast, Miraidon, click Heat Wave. And
yeah, I really didn't like the idea to go for the nasty plot on the Golden Go. I feel like you need to get rid of the Whimsicott there.
That would have, yeah, the Whimsicott, getting rid of Whimsicott would have helped a lot.
And Make It Rain absolutely would have done that, because now you just kind of get lit up by
yeah, I don't see any out. I don't see any out for Alberto. I'm pretty sure Heat Wave still knocks out the Urshifu as well.
Heat Wave miss, I guess.
Yeah, welcome to playing against Chi-Yu.
Yeah.
You pray to Arceus that you miss it, you get a Heat Wave miss against you. There's really not much here. Yeah, we're gonna see that Terra. I think either way it's a wash. I mean, it's Miraidon.
Yeah, it's Terra Electric Miraidon. So it's more damage. You do big damage.
If the Chi-Yu misses, that is.
Yeah.
The Moonblast's not gonna do as much, but now Heat Wave's gonna do more. So.
Ooh. And it connects on both, and it knocks out both. And I think Josh is going to take that game.
There's no way that Alberto can do anything at this point.
I really... The nasty plot on Golden Go is so greedy. I really don't get the point.
If it was Make It Rain, this may have been a different story.
If it was Make It Rain, there's certainly options out of that.
It would have been decent still, yeah. You could have at least reset the terrain if you're Alberto, too.
And not only that, but you could have Protect stalled out the Tailwind, I think.
I think if you're Josh, you just click Terra Ghost, just... Okay, why not?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but like...
The game's over.
You know what? I don't want to die to Surging Strikes.
Yeah.
Also, that's... But
I think for how Josh had a lot of answers not super late in there, I think, like, for how Josh had a lot of advantages at different points throughout, I think Alberto had the opportunity to be in a winning position.
Yeah.
If not for the nasty plot, and I don't understand the point of the nasty plot.
I know, I'm surprised we didn't see Make It Rain. Maybe...
Especially knowing that everybody had been playing around the big thing of, if you get the other person down to 2 Pokemon first, then you get your terrain setter in last.
Yeah.
And your terrain will win you the battle. And obviously that's not exactly how it went, but it's kind of basically how it went.
Yeah. I think... What's interesting, too, we didn't see Zamazenta at all. Which I think may have been...
Yeah, actually, Zamazenta wasn't in that battle. I saw it from Abigail earlier as well. Not bringing Zamazenta, which was even funnier for her because she also got Pokemon disqualified. She got 5 Pokemon and didn't bring the restricted out of all of them.
That's unfortunate.
It's an interesting choice. I don't know. I don't think Zamazenta matches up bad into this team, so I'm not exactly sure why it's not coming. And see, again, it's not going to be there again.
I think the reason is just Chi-Yu. It's scary. Anything with Chi-Yu, you're like, I want to avoid that. You're also weak to close combat from Urshifu, which isn't great. Although that's less scary because you do get a defense boost. I think with Josh, I think what we saw is an interesting play. Lando is not bad into Miraidon. You do have Draco Meteor, but that also forces it to drop its own special attack. So that's not a bad play, and especially if you lead it with Whimsicott. That's a pretty solid lead. We're going to see Whimsicott on both sides lead. Chiyu on Alberto's side, Landorus on Joshua's side. This is going to be interesting because it's going to come down to speed tiers. There's a good chance this Landorus could outspeed the Chiyu, but there's also a chance the Chiyu outspeeds the Landorus. And I think if you don't know that...
Landorus outspeeds the Chiyu.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I
read the team sheet.
Oh yeah, we can see here. they're both level 100.
Yeah,
okay, we can.
Landorus outspeed. Assuming both Tailwinds get up or neither Tailwind gets up, and Chiyu switches out. Alberto knows.
It's gotta be. Yeah, I was gonna be like Fluttermane or Urshifu.
That's dangerous though, because you're switching it into a Pokemon that can click Sludge Bomb. Still just a teensy bit scary.
The speed booster is very useful though, and this Fluttermane does have Icy Wind though.
You can't use the speed booster if you get knocked out.
I don't think an Earth Power is going to KO.
We'll see. We'll see what this thing clicks. It's going to be Earth Power, not Sludge Bomb, and it does an okay chunk.
You can click Icy Wind at this point now if you're Alberto. That's kind of what you want.
Yeah.
Because you force a switch, and there's nothing on Joshua's side that's going to negate that speed drop. There's no Covert Cloak or anything. I think you kind of just... I would protect the Landorus and go for a Moonblast onto the Fluttermane, but you have to, or maybe switch into Rillaboom and protect Landorus, and just play the protect cycling game because you have that Encore threatening you from Alberto's Whimsicott. I think if you just go into Rillaboom right now, though, you're good because then you're free to just like Grassy Glide into the Fluttermane slot and not take any detrimental speed drops. Oh, but the Whimsicott going to swap out, so Encore
Alberto
no longer a threat.
Swatches out the Whimsicott, brings in the Miraidon.
I have a feeling we're gonna see Rillaboom switch in right now. That's what I would do, and I think that.
And there goes the Whimsicott. I think that's what Josh and Alberto are laughing about now.
Yep, there it is.
The Rillaboom. Chasing the Miraidon right in here, getting that grassy terrain up in return.
That was a good call.
Landorus will protect.
I mean, Miraidon's still relatively scary. You have Draco Meteor.
It's still not like an ideal spot to be in if you're Josh. Like, it's not perfect or anything. It's still solid.
I think if you...
And the crit on the Icy Wind. Not that meaningful, but still pretty cool.
Of course it does. I think, honestly, maybe Terra Water Orlando and just fake out on Miraidon, or just swap.
Can't. Covert Cloak.
Oh, yeah. So, does Draco Meteor KO Landorus is the question. I don't know. Without choice specs, if this Landorus survives, you just get rid of Miraidon right now.
I was going to say, I'm genuinely... do I care? There's a Protect out of Fluttermane.
The only thing is, if that happens, Miraidon's in a good position to just kind of start sweeping.
I think the big thing here is Miraidon might just, like, Volt Switch out from Rillaboom.
Yeah, okay, there it is. But something's going to take... I mean, even if it's Whimsicott, you break the Sash, so...
Yeah, worst case scenario, it's Whimsicott and you break a Sash.
And Whimsicott cannot really Encore anything. It's still a bad spot for Whimsicott, honestly.
There's the Whimsicott. You can break the Sash. Ooh, wow, that was a lot of damage. I guess Whimsicott is, like, really frail, but... It doesn't take another Earth Power.
No.
And Rillaboom kind of has Fluttermane trapped with Grassy Glide.
I would double target, honestly. This is kind of maybe a dumb play. I would have double targeted the Flutter, because I believe Flutter's more inclined to switch out into into Miraidon. So why not? I think the Whimsicott
I think getting the Whimsicott out of the way is fine though, because Tailwind. You'll end up with the Tailwind advantage later,
and that's going to be very useful. I think that's what you need if you're Joshua and you have speed control over Miraidon. That's it.
So being able to split it is nice. And Whimsicott goes out, but that means that something's about to eat a crazy Earth Power.
Oh,
Miraidon's done.
I thought the Flutter was.
But no. Set the grassy grass.
It's not.
It's not gonna knock out though. Yeah.
This needed to be a max. It had to be max special attack choice specs Flutter in order for that to knock out. That didn't happen.
This does not need to be max whatever to knock out that Miraidon. That's gonna do so much damage.
I'm pretty sure Grassy Glide still picks up a KO here.
It's gonna get close. I don't think it will. I think it'll be surprisingly close though.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Because it's because the terrain's not there.
Yeah.
But now the terrain battle ain't all that important, to be totally honest.
I feel like at this point you could kind of sacrifice Rillaboom. You don't really need it all that much. You just
yeah,
need
I feel like
Whimsicott in.
you at least want to be calm about what you are sacrificing here, because your Landorus is kind of in a bad spot. It's slow. It's getting taken down by another thing, by another Icy Wind.
You could, well, yeah, you could switch into Chi-Yu here. It's pretty safe too.
But I do think that you do have to not get complacent here if you're Josh.
No, Chi-Yu's scary no matter what.
Not just Chi-Yu's scary no matter what, but Flutter Mane's also scary no matter what.
With those Icy Winds, yeah. But I think...
And it's actually just going to switch out into the Whimsicott coming back in.
I'm okay with that. I think it's important to keep Flutter up.
There's the Rillaboom as well. Switching into Sharpedo.
It's back since Gen 6 when it had its Mega. Yeah, it's a good switch into Chi-Yu. The Heat Wave, you're going to eat that up.
And Landorus dodges it. Oh, that's brutal. I think Landorus would have been taken down by that, and Landorus is now just going to Earth Power. That's a fascinating read on the Flutter Mane switch out.
I mean, with Landorus, you don't really need it to do anything.
There were ways that turn could have gone where Alberto exited that turn in a better position than Josh.
Yeah.
And Josh has basically locked up the game. In contrast, what actually happened was Josh basically locked up the game.
That was wild. And that's it. Joshua Denk takes the championship today of our midseason showdown. Yeah, that last turn, that miss was very crucial. I think Josh was kind of like, you know what, this Chi-Yu, you still had your Terra available, so you could have Terra the Rillaboom to fire, taken some hits, gone for Grassy Godwood Hammers. It's not as physically defensive as it is specially defensive, so, but regardless, as soon as that missed, Earth Power was like, yeah, hello, I'm gonna take you out now. And just Landorus, I know, was a very quick change for Joshua, but it worked. It won him the match, so yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the big thing about Landorus, and a lot of the Pokemon in this format is that, like, there are a lot of very strong restricteds. The restricteds are good at certain things. Miraidon is not ideal at taking crazy amounts of hits, especially from Landorus Incarnate, one of the hardest hitting Pokemon in the format, even given that a lot of them are restricted.
Yeah. And not to mention, too, what's interesting, we did not see Zamazenta once in that final match.
We saw, for the fact that we saw 3 sets where people brought Zamazenta, we saw Zamazenta, what, twice total?
I think so.
Between all of that, which is pretty funny.
Which I think is also something that is a good sign of a good player when you're not relying on your restricted as your crutch.
Yeah.
You know, you're not afraid to leave it out of a match and be confident in your other Pokemon, which is something that a lot of people have been building around the restricteds, but we saw with Josh, you can have as much success without one if you play right. Just having one helps a bit. So, yeah. But that is going to do it. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was about to say the same thing. We will